And here we are, another night, done with work. And hello, sunshine. That's going to be a regular thing every time I go through that tunnel, I think. But yes, we don't have a full moon out or anything like that to show tonight, but still, all the same, it looks like another beautiful night for a night chat. Well, hello there, and welcome to another beautiful night for a night chat. As I said, it is indeed beautiful out, and it is indeed a night chat. And the topic that we are going to be covering this evening from the car instead of the couch is going to be psychics. That's right. It's a very interesting topic to cover. Lots of ins and outs of that, and we're going to go into it a little bit in depth here tonight. And it's really weird because a while ago, I had predicted that we were going to do this very topic, and here we are doing it. Pretty weird, right? If you are brand new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on a thing, and I will see you right after this. And so I'm just going to start this out by letting you know where I come from on the whole topic of psychics. I don't believe they're real. I think it's mostly a magic trick. There are people that are very good at pulling out information from people, making educated guesses about things that are happening or have happened in a person's life just through looking at them. Sometimes through prior research, they can find out information. But the whole psychic industry is completely fake. And it's really sad, too, because we throw away billions of dollars a year as Americans on this industry. People say they're psychic, and we want to believe them so badly. It's probably the biggest thing for that. Like, there's people that want to believe in Bigfoot and UFOs and things like that as well. But psychics, people throw away hard-earned money for that stuff. Some people throw away money that they can't afford to lose on that stuff because they want the comforting feeling of knowing that a loved one who's passed is okay. And that seems like, well, where's the harm in that? But there is harm, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. But just in case you want to know where I'm at on the whole topic up front, it's a scam. I don't believe in it. If you do believe in it and really feel like I'm wrong on this, please leave a comment below because I would like to hear the other perspective as well. And if you do believe in psychics, I really don't blame you because it is just an absolute avalanche of psychic stuff out there. There's psychic TV shows. There's that lady from New York that goes around. I forget what show that is, but she'll go around just in a grocery store or something and all of a sudden come up to a lady. Oh, I'm drawn to you for some reason. There's somebody with the A in their name. Who's the A that's passed away? And then all they have to do is know somebody whose name starts with an A that has passed away. And then if they're not clicking on A, then they'll be, it's Anna or Barbara, A or Cindy or Delilah, something, and then they'll eventually click on somebody in the person, because the person wants the psychic to be right, and they'll be like, John? Is it John? Yes, John. As a matter of fact, he's saying, yes, my name is John, but is he connected to somebody with the D name? Oh yeah, his wife's name was Dan Ray. Oh, yes, because he's saying, yes, Dan Ray. That's where I'm getting the D from. And then, you know, it all happened so quick, and the person wants to believe it, and then as soon as they have a name of a passed away person, then the person is on the hook. The line is sunk. Everything is ready to go, because they can just now start saying very general things and kind of know when to cue in on certain things by the person themselves. Now, at the funeral, was there a really special kind of flower? That I feel like, because they're saying, well, yes, there was. Well, yeah, because they're saying that this flower, they really appreciated it. And once they get one thing, you're good to go. Then they're good to go. And so, it's all a trick. And if they don't do that, sometimes you can see them interviewing with celebrities on TV. Well, and then they'll pick out stories that are even way more specific, and it's because they've searched their entire Wikipedia, they've gone through hours of research about their past history and things that they've said that the celebrity may not even remember ever saying. And then they can say, oh yes, how about this? I'm getting the feeling that this. Oh my gosh, how amazing! And they start crying, the waterworks start, and it looks like it's completely real. But it's not. It's fake. And so when we see an interview with the celebrity that we like, or the reading in the grocery store where the psychic really did a good job of picking up on cues, and the person really believed that they were saying all true things and they're really connected, and they start crying and it's all emotional, at the end of it, we want to believe it too, because it looks like that psychic just helped that person and comforted them and made them feel better about things. So where's the harm in that? Well, there can be harm in that, because first of all, what they're saying is not true at all, that they know of or that anyone can prove. It's just somebody saying comforting things. And here's where it can be a harm. Sylvia Browne, many people remember her. She always would show up on the Montel Williams show. She was the red-haired lady with the long nails, and she kind of talked like this. And she was on Montel one time, and a mother had gotten up to ask about her daughter, who she wanted to find out what was going on because she was missing. Well, this daughter had been kidnapped, and she saw, while she was still in captivity, this episode of Montel Williams, where Sylvia Browne was on the show, and she saw her mom ask Sylvia Browne, hey, what's going on with my daughter? And this daughter was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Now Sylvia Browne can tell my mom and the entire world that I'm okay and that I'm alive. And, come find me. But Sylvia Browne said, I'm sorry, dear, she's dead. Or in some fashion like that, she did. But she said, I think she's dead. How crushing for that gal that was in captivity to hear that psychic tell her own mother that she's dead. That's absolutely sad. Well, eventually, somehow, she obviously got out of captivity, but try to tell her that psychic abilities are real. And Sylvia Browne was one of the best in the industry, one of the most popular and well-known for a long time there. But that's where it can do some real damage to people, and that's why I think it's a sad, sad profession. And the other big part of the reason that people believe psychics is because they make predictions. Right? They make all sorts of predictions about, hey, I think the market is going to go down in October of this year, so watch your money in October. Or they might predict stuff that's going to go on who's going to be elected president, or any number of different things that are going to happen. Sometimes these are educated guesses, sometimes they're just regular guesses. But when they're right, they make sure you know they're right, and that's what it's always focused on. They predicted this and it came true. Show the footage of them predicting that. There it is. They predicted that. Here it is happening. But if you make enough predictions out there, there's going to be ones that you hit on. And if you only focus on those and not the ones that you missed on, then it looks like you're some kind of a psychic. In fact, they have this phenomenon already documented on The Simpsons. The Simpsons make all sorts of jokes every week about stuff that's going to happen in the future or different just satirical things. It looks like The Simpsons predicted that President Trump was going to be President Trump. And because they did that as a joke at one time. Donald Trump was, big in the news with The Apprentice and national celebrity and whatnot. And so, one of the things that people always would ask him is if he's going to be president. So they predicted that. Then he became president and they look like they were psychics. Now, do I think The Simpsons are psychic? No, they're not. They're lucky. They got a good guess. And so this is just more a reason that I feel like psychics are fake. I personally put psychics kind of on the same plane of magicians, where I can see a magician who's really good at what they do, and they can do a trick that there is no way in heck that I can explain. In fact, when they do it, sometimes I'm so shocked I cannot believe my eyes. But I know it's a trick. I don't believe that they're actually magic. I just don't know how they did it. But people don't want to do that with psychics. They see a psychic do something that they can't explain, but they don't want to say, well, it's a trick. They want to go right to, yep, they are psychic. So it's kind of weird how we do that. And that just shows how much we want to believe that psychics are real. So I've been talking about a bunch of things that I don't believe in. So I want to finish off a little more positively by talking about some things that I do believe in. Now, psychics, no, I don't believe in that. But I believe that all humans are embedded with a sense of intuition as part of our survival skills. Because we need to be able to sense danger. It keeps us alive. And it did back in the days when we were hunting and gathering for a living. We didn't want to get eaten by a tiger or a bear or something like that. And so we had to have some sort of an intuition. And I believe that some people are more tuned into that than others. So some people can kind of tell if something is not right, something bad's going to happen. There are people that will say, I knew something bad was going to happen, and it did. They may not have known the specifics of it, but they knew they better be careful. Or some people will say, something told me to turn off the road, and so I did, and it turned out there was an accident right at the same time I turned off the road, and I'm safe. There are things like that. There's a million stories like that. I didn't get on the plane, or I did get on the plane and it turned out to be a good thing, or all sorts of those things that just little, hey, do this. That stuff I do believe in. And so there are some psychic stuff out there that I don't really have an issue with, because it's not really to convince you that it's real. It's more for a form of entertainment. It's like those Zoltar machines, for example, are good. If you go to a county fair or some type of a festivity, antique stores will have them just for fun. If you want to put $1 in there and get your fortune read and see what it says, that's absolutely fine with me. That's an entertaining thing to do. Or Renaissance festivals, they'll have a tent with a gal in there that wants to read your fortune, maybe tarot cards or something like that. And if you have the money to spend on something like that and you think it would be fun, then that's great. All I want to do is just try to get a point across that, sure, you can have fun. We want to believe it. It makes you feel good if someone tells you, hey, you're in for some really lucky times in the future. You're going to come into love and money and that kind of stuff. That's great to hear. We want to believe it. Just like we want to believe we win the lottery when we buy a ticket. It's kind of like that. But I just don't want people to... Where I have an issue with it is when you see psychics telling people that their dead grandparent is looking down on them and saying hi right there as they're talking, because I think that's unhealthy. And that's why I have an issue with the whole psychic thing. And so I would have to say that this has been another successful night chat here on Tommy Travels the Second. And we talked about psychics. And if you totally disagree with me, leave a comment below. If you have a personal story about it, leave a comment below. If you totally agree with me, leave a comment below. In other words, go ahead and leave a comment. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and hit like, and by all means hit subscribe so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. And you guys, this has been an absolute blast hanging out with you tonight, and thank you so much for the support that you've given me so far. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side.